and welcome to the daily reading for all signs for today, the 20th of October, 2024. This is Ariel Gatoga, and today I'm reading with this beautiful feline Marseille tarot, and let's purify with the old standby Florida water. I decanted some in this little spray bottle, so I'll use 3 sprays. Let's see what's in the cards for everybody today. Queen of Coins, that's nice, isn't it? Tower, I love a good tower card. And the 4 of Swords, I love the 4 of Swords. Okay. Whatever you're nurturing, whatever you're doing in the physical world, you're working on stuff, you're making it work, it's working. Now, remember, part of making things happen is allowing other things to finish or to change or to even fall away. And sometimes it feels very destructive. But the worst thing that we can do is to try to keep old structures that have outlived their purpose because we just don't like change. Change seems scary to us. Turn that idea on its head. And when you start seeing things change, when you start seeing things fall apart, say yay. That means all of my manifestations are happening. It means everything is happening just the way it's supposed to. And if you're tempted to feel conflicted about that, it's saying disengage from that feeling. Disengage from that feeling of conflict. Actually disengage from all conflict in general over this next little while, because what happens is if we feel conflicted and we need to do something about it, oftentimes we go in and try to fix something that shouldn't be fixed. We try to go in and fix something that's supposed to be falling apart. And the stuff that's falling apart, when you really look at it, it's like, I don't want that. The reason it's falling apart is because it's outlived its function. I need that thing to implode so I have some room to build. And that's exactly what's happening. So this is good news. And I'm going to open this reading up a little bit and see what else it says. We've got this 9 of Coins and this Hermit card. This is nice reading. And the Judgment card. Yeah. The outcome of all of this, if you just keep your hands off trying to help the tower to not fall, please don't do that. Let it fall. Just stay out of the tower altogether. That's the whole point of this, is just stay out of the tower, let it fall, and then it's time to, and I don't even think you're going to have to do the rebuilding so much, because it's saying here that this Judgment card is saying that it happens, much of this anyway, happens for you. So a lot of times when we see the destruction happening, even if we get to a point where it's like, okay, yay, but then we start to feel fatigued about all the work it's going to take to rebuild or to build the next thing. And it's saying, don't even think like that, because it's really looking very easy. It's looking like a lot of that is already taken care of. It's already sort of built into it all. So it's not going to be a big deal. It's not going to be a big deal at all, in fact. And it's saying what you can do is use this time, rather than trying to be so busy, use this time to pull back and listen. Really listen to that inner guidance. And as you build that relationship even stronger with that inner guide, when it is time for you to do stuff, you will make sure not to overdo things and to act in ways that might not be for your highest interest, because you'll be used to asking for direction from that inner guide. So the point here is, even while you're not having as much to do, get used to asking anyway for the little things. There's not a lot of big things, it looks like, that need to be taken care of right now. The big things are sort of in flux, and that's a good thing. And I think for many of you, you've been working, doing, and now it's like, well, now what do I do? If I'm not supposed to do anything, what do I do? It's saying, listen, practice on the little things. What should I make for dinner? What should I wear today? Which route should I take to this place? little itty bitty things, just getting used to using it as almost exercise to making sure that you have that communication link with your inner guide very strong. Okay, looking at this judgment card here, this is one of the main outcomes. And especially since I'm leaving for a few weeks, I have a feeling this is going to sort of be the trajectory for many people who are watching this reading. And this is, you really can't get better than the judgment card, because it's waking up to your good, waking up to the fact that everything is already taken care of for you. Waking up to the fact that that you were so worried about how bad things were going to be, and there's nothing bad. Right, all of that kind of stuff. These beings, they're depicted as little kitties in this deck, because everything's a kitty in this deck, but we're in their graves, and that's depicting the walking dead sleep that this whole world is. None of us are really that awake. All of us are sort of zombie-like in our just in our way here. And it's saying this angel, when the angel wakes you up, it's not a rude awakening. It's a fabulous awakening. And you're going to see that God's judgment, if you will, on you is that you're fabulous. And that anything that's not fabulous has been taken away, has fallen away. And all you have left to do is enjoy. And that's really what the infinite's will for you is to have joy. And nothing else added. And you don't have to do anything to prove you deserve it. You don't have to work hard at it. You just have to wake up and accept it and receive your blessings. So that's another thing. If you really want something to do, is every day practice opening your arms and receiving all the blessings that the universe has for you. I am receiving, you can say out loud, I'm receiving all my good. I am open and receptive to all my blessings. Very powerful. 1, 2, 3 trump cards in succession. Now, when you get trump cards in a reading, there is no such thing as a negative major arcana or trump card. There isn't. Not in my reading style anyway. They're all messengers. They're all helpers. So even the so-called negative ones, like so many people think the Tower is such a negative card. No, it's not. It's a teacher coming in to remind you, don't get in the tower. Let the tower fall. Don't save things right now. Let it go. It's so fabulous. All of the worn out things, worn out concepts, worn out relationships, worn out items are all going away. And you don't, and all of the stress and extra energy of upkeep with all that stuff that you didn't really want is gone too. And that's why when you wake up from this, it's going to feel so refreshing because you don't have all that tension. You don't have all that baggage anymore. So all the work that you've been doing, you're still going to do it in a different way once you get through this phase that you're in. But you also have to recognize that all the work you've done up till now has brought you to this point. So you've done well. You have nothing to feel about yourself other than gratitude for all of the wonderful work you've done. And that includes any mistakes you may have made. That's okay. There's always something good in everything, even a mistake you've made. And the universe does not hold mistakes against you. That is not what this trumpet's about. This trumpet's not saying, you sinned, you suck. That's not what the trumpet is saying. The trumpet is saying, wake up, wake up. Time to have a great life. Time to receive your blessings. Right? So it's beautiful. All right. So then we have this beautiful 9 of coins that there's a financial aspect to all of this. And it's so important, I think, that we understand that so many times what we think is, well, I've got money and then I've got spirituality, and they're so separate. And this reading is trying to give you an idea that money, when you give it to the infinite, that money can flow abundantly because that's what this world uses. And that you can have plenty of money. and that money can be fun and easy and abundant. You can buy beautiful things. You can enjoy it, and it's not something you have to choose one or the other. Do I want to be awake and spiritual, or do I want to be wealthy? The only difference between a wealthy person who's awake and spiritual and a wealthy person that's not is that one person thinks the money itself is their God, and the other one lets the infinite or God bring the money to him. But you can have just as much money as the other. Either one can be just as wealthy as the other. It's just one's going to be happy and the other one's not. So we're not about making money a god, but it is saying that the universe wants to bring you money, and that you can have that money and you can be wealthy and it can be easy and you can enjoy it. So don't think that finances and all of that stuff is sort of separate from the spiritual awakening that you're going through. It's wonderful. So listen to that inner guide. That inner guide won't tell you anything except for exactly what you need to hear. And then you've got these 3 trump cards. So if you want to listen to some meditations while I'm gone, these are 3 to start with. If you go to the link in the video description, you can find where those tarot meditations are. Look up the one for the Hermit card, look up the one for the Tower card, and look up the one for the Judgment card. And then pick and choose which one you want to listen to first. And maybe you could listen to all of them. You're doing great. I can't wait to see how this all pans out when I get back, because it looks like you're on the road to a great awakening, and that is going to include everything that you really want in this physical universe as well. All right, thank you so much for spending some time with me. And like I said, I'll be gone for a few weeks, but I'll see you when I get back for another daily reading. Until then, blessed be.